What's up guys, I'm KUON. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are looking at the top 10 rarest PlayStation 2 games. Let's take a look. Okay, before we take a look at this, I just want to say that these are the top 10 games that were commercially available. So these were on shop shelves, store shelves, all that kind of thing. You could buy these. They're not the rare one-of-a-kind copies that have errors in manuals or review copies of of games that never were released. These are the top 10 rarest PlayStation games that were actually available to buy on the console. Okay, so coming in at number 10, we've got FIFA 14. Alright, this seems like a strange way to start things off. When you think of a FIFA game, you imagine loads of copies sitting on shelves selling for €1 or €2. Well, this is not the case with FIFA 14. This was the last ever official release for PlayStation 2 and came out in 2013. I still find it hard to believe that a PlayStation 2 game was produced and sold as recently as 2013, 13 years after the release of the PlayStation 2. Wow, I mean, that is incredible. This could potentially have sat on shelves beside copies of FIFA 14 for PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. Anyway, due to the fact that it was released at a time when demand for PlayStation 2 games was so low, it became very, very hard to find in the wild, and today commands a price of between €45 and €55.
This looks promising. Now Raul. They win possession back then.
At number 9, we've got Metal Slug Anthology. Alright, this is a great compilation of classic Metal Slug games and was released very late in the PlayStation's life. This came out around 2007 when the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 were out and selling by the bucket load. It was also available on a lot of other systems, and as a result it didn't sell too well on PlayStation 2 and is now very difficult to find. As a result, a complete copy will set you back anywhere from between €55 to €65. Number 8, we have got Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Released in 2002 by Capcom, this is a classic 2D beat-em-up that pits the best Capcom fighters from the Street Fighter series along with other Capcom characters like Mega Man against the best of the Marvel universe like Hulk, Spider-Man, all that kind of shite. It was originally released for Japanese arcades in the year 2000. The game eventually received ports on many systems and is pretty sought after in all of its formats. Average prices I've seen for complete copies are between €50 and €65. Number 7, we've got Suikoden 5. Released in 2006 by Konami, Suikoden 5 continues the long-running franchise that started on the original PlayStation in 1995. Although this game received very favourable reviews, it didn't sell well at all. Maybe it was due to the late release in the PlayStation's life, I don't know. Either way, trying to find a complete copy of this game will set you back around €60 to €70.
I'm really not sure how to feel about this, though. After all we've been...
Number 6, one of my favourite games, Wizardry, Tale of the Forsaken Land. Wizardry was released in 2001 and brought PC-style role-playing to the PlayStation 2. This game was released by Atlas, who are absolutely notorious for making games with very limited print runs. I found it extremely hard to find this game at the time of its release, and I had to get my copy on eBay years later. Today this will set you back between €70 and €80. Number 5, we've got Shin Megami Tensei Persona 3. This is another Atlas title and another low print run. This game was released late in the PlayStation 2 in 2006. Around the same time the gaming world was anticipating the release of the PlayStation 3 or already enjoying the Xbox 360. This game does pop up now and again for sale, and you would expect to pay between €70 and €80 for a used complete copy.
See you later.
Okay, at number 4 we've got Shadow Hearts. Developed by ex-members of Squaresoft, the first in the Shadow Hearts series was released in 2001 by Midway. It had an interesting setting just before World War I, was really cool. Gameplay, pretty standard. The game itself received mixed to average reviews. In recent years the game's become harder and harder to find and now commands a respectable 80 to 90 euro. Okay, at number 3 we've got Haunting Ground. Haunting Ground is a spin-off from the popular Clock Tower games and was released by Capcom in 2005. You play as Fiona Belly, a girl who wakes up in a castle after being involved in a car accident. Standard survival horror fare ensues. The game received mixed reviews when it came out and didn't sell well at all in Europe. As a result, it's hard to track down a complete copy. It's now reaching prices of up to 80 to 90 euro. Okay, at number 2, Dragon Blaze. Alright, Dragon Blaze started life in the arcades of Japan. It was eventually released on PlayStation 2 as part of Taito's Saikyo Shooting Collection Volume 3 alongside a game called Soul Divide, which was pretty shit, to be honest. The version that's recently shot up in price is the standalone version that was released in 2006 by 505 Games. It was released as a budget title. It retailed for about 20 euro. You will now struggle to find this game anywhere, and when it does pop up in auction, it's reaching prices between 170 and 200 euro. Okay, the number 1 rarest game and probably most expensive to find on the PlayStation 2 is Rule of Rose. Released in 2006 by Atlus, Rule of Rose is another survival horror game and set in 1930s England. It tells the story of a girl called Jennifer and it's set in a really fucking creepy orphanage. This game was almost not released outside Japan due to the sexual nature of the game and the young female characters involved. Even saying that makes it sound worse than it actually is. There was huge controversy around this game with court battles and fucking EU justice ministers calling for a complete revision of the PEGI rating system because of this. It was absolute fucking chaos. In the end, it was banned in some regions, including the UK. I'm not sure if it was banned in Ireland or not, but I picked up my copy in Barcelona a couple of years ago. The fact that it had all that shite to contend with, as well as being an Atlus release, who, as mentioned before, are notorious for making limited print runs, meant that this game became very hard to find, which makes it the rarest and most sought after PlayStation 2 game that was commercially available. It commands a huge price and can go from anywhere between 300 to 700 euro. I kid you not, when researching this article, I did a quick eBay check and found a copy that sold for 710 euro after 21 bids. Is it worth 700 euro? Of fucking course not. People are idiots. Who would pay that? I don't know. You can even download it and play it on emulator if you want to. So that's it. Number 1 rarest game on the PlayStation 2 is Rule of Rose. Okay, well, I hope you found that interesting. The top 10 rarest PlayStation 2 games. I've got them all here. Proud to have them in my collection. Stay tuned. Like and subscribe. All that kind of shite. And leave a comment if you agree or disagree or if I got something totally wrong. I'd love to hear it. Okay? See you next week.